It's been a while since we've last talked. The last one was for your last album promotions and everything. What has been going on in your life and how have you been doing?
It's been really busy actually, ever since, our Roll Up EP album finished and all the promotions were done. We've gotten a lot, more work, more things. I've been doing, continuously doing radio show. And just really practicing and getting ready, of course, for our upcoming concerts and tours for the fans. So it's been really busy, actually.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that radio show because I've seen you post so much about it. So tell me if someone hasn't checked it out, tell me about what it is, what you're doing, how you got involved with that.
So basically, the radio show that I do is with Harim Sambenim from Wonder Girls, and it's basically her radio show, but she has two parts. And so she kind of just it's very chill. She just talks about like music and like memories and like things that pertain to like, music and everything. And then my end where I also go with her is called I Feel You. And so basically we talk about, the K-pop life, the all of the ups and downs and all of the like dieting and like practicing and concerts and like all of this stuff. And then actually in between we have a Korean lesson because I'm also trying to get better at speaking Korean and learning more. So she teaches me and she's like, it's just so fun and it's so chill. And it's just every Monday at like at least 1 p.m. Korea time. But yeah, it's fun. I love it.
What have you, I mean, for someone like her who's been in the industry for so long, is there anything that she has kind of like eased your mind with or anything she said to you that's kind of helped you you know, enter this idol journey a little bit better, a little bit easier?
I would say more on like the performing aspect of it, especially during concerts, since this will be my first like really full concert. She gave me tips on if you're like dress malfunctions or like any mistakes on the stage. It's good to know that it's not just me that will probably make mistakes or like have malfunctions or like all of this stuff. It's like a thing that every artist has to go through. And she told me, don't think too much about it. Just focus on what you can do and like having fun. And whatever happens, happens and just let it go after. But yeah, it's just good to know that, everybody at some point goes through it, especially when you're first starting out.
Yeah, for sure. And how long have you been in Korea now? Like, how long has it been?
It will be 3 years in October. Three
I
years.
I don't know what it is. The last couple of years have gone by so quickly. In my head, I'm like, oh, it was last year when when when
Exactly.
when they all debuted together. I mean, does it feel like it's been that long to you?
It feels like you said, it feels just like yesterday. It still feels like I just debuted and that we're still in Karma era. We haven't even gotten to roll up yet. It just feels, I don't know, it feels really surreal still. Because I remember when we had the interview with Karma, it's like, oh, how does it feel finally, being debuted and all of this? But it's still to this day, almost 3 years later, still feels surreal that it's actually here. But I still feel so like a beginner, which I technically I am. So
3 years, I mean, when there's new groups debuting every single day at this point, you, Sunbae Nim, you are up there. You are the senior to a lot of people already.
oh, that's so weird. That is literally so weird because I know some people have called me somebody and I was like, ugh, really? I'm still like I still feel like a baby. But it's fun. It's fun. It's nice. It's a nice experience.
Hmm. So one question fans asked me about to talk to you about. I think we may have talked about it the first time, but that's been so long ago at this point. Like we are just talking about when like what was the process like for you getting into Black Swan? And I think what they wanted to know was, you know, how did it go from you seeing something online, I'm assuming, to finally making it? What was that process like for you?
It was not a short process, I will say that. My like debut and training process was probably I was auditioning for at least 2 years before I finally got into DR and like nonstop practicing like 2, 3 hours every day and until I finally found DR and Black Swan. But that was 2 years before. 2 years before coming to Korea. So it was a really long struggling process. But in order to do what I want to do, you have to be very, determined and have a lot of self-discipline. And it happened. And then after the audition happened and I got in, everything after that was like it like exploded and everything came so quickly, especially, my debut into getting into Black Swan. I was like training for at least I think 3, 4 months. And then they asked me to join. So everything after getting into the audition was so quick. And I was like so overwhelmed. But I mean, it comes with like the hard work that you put into it and then just being chill. It was really fun.
Yeah, now leading up to that, I mean, I think so many people want to be an idol, and you are a testament of like what hard work and dedication can mean. But say someone like you, before you started your process of applying, and auditioning and trying out, for someone that wants to be an idol, what did you do before, the auditions for Black Swan came around? What was the dance classes? Was it vocal lessons? What were you doing?
So before I started the whole audition process, I needed to do a lot of research on the job itself because I need to know what I'm gonna what I'm getting myself into basically. So I think when I first found K-pop and started listening to it and then actually seeing what it is, it amazed me. And so it wanted me to become an idol. But before actually deciding on auditioning, I researched the heck out of this whole job. Like, what's the training life going to be like? Do I have to be a certain age? Do I have to be a certain weight? Do I have to be this and this and this? And when I was researching all this, I was like, can I do this? I'm like, at the time I was 21. I think I was 21, 22, and already by that point becoming a trainee at that age is hard because nowadays it's like they want more younger looking faces and younger ages. But hopefully I was like, we're just going to try and see what happens. But there was a lot of research going into the job itself because you don't want to walk into a job not knowing what you're getting yourself into. And so nothing surprised me when I first came in. It was a lot of work, but like I was like, I already knew what was going on, what was going to happen. But I'm hoping that the industry will change the kind of age limit factor, which I think it kind of is, not a lot, but I'm hoping that can be a change. Everybody can be an idol, even adults in their 20s, 30s.
Everyone, we need more adult idols. And it's weird saying adult idols because at this point, adult idol would mean 22, 23, you know? It's like
That's not
we
even old.
not even old. It makes me feel old for sure. Just is he when someone's like, "Oh, this person's debuting at 25." Can you believe that? It's like, well, okay.
It
I
can happen. It can happen. And I
100.
think that's the great thing about K-pop is like there should be no limitations on how you can make a group. There can be no like concept change. Like there's nothing that needs to be in a box. The more you go outside of that box and be more open-minded, the more creativity and stuff that will shine through within the artist, within how the members you're going to pick for a group, within the music, the concepts. It can be endlessly creative.
What were the once you found out you made Black Swan? What was the reaction of everyone around you at home? You know, your family, your friends. I don't know what they were thinking when you said you were auditioning for a K-pop group when you're not Korean, didn't speak Korean. What were those reactions when you said, "Hey, I did it and I'm moving out of the country?"
Right. My mom's reaction, at least for auditioning before I actually got in, she was like, Korea, you want to move to Korea to sing? I thought you wanted to be a actress, singer on Broadway. And I was like, no, I still do eventually, but I want to do this more. And she's like, okay. She thought it was funny. She thought it was a phase. But then later on, she's like, oh, this is not a phase. This is real. But she's been supportive from the get-go, even especially through the auditioning process. And then once I actually got in, she always tells me, "Oh, I'm so proud of you. Like you did what you set out, what you said you would do, basically." And when my friends found out that I got in, they're very ecstatic because they knew that I always wanted to be a singer, and they were also like, "Are you sure you want to go into K-pop? Because it's like, the field is like very strict and hard, and you have to be like a certain like way and all this." I was like, "I'm gonna give it a try and see what happens." And it worked out, but there was a lot of like mixed reactions, especially my brother. I have like three siblings, and my second oldest brother, he's been supportive, but he's a very realistic thinker. And so wanting to be an actress, a singer, K-pop, he's like, it's like that saying was like, get a real job. And he's not doing it in like a mean way. Like, I love my brother, but it's like, it is a job. It's just different from other people's jobs. Everybody has different jobs. So he, till this day, he's still a little skeptical, but he's happy that, it's working.
What would you say would be the most difficult part of that transition from America to Korea? Two completely different cultures. You talked about how you expected it to be strict and everything. What was that thing that was the most difficult to wrap your head around, maybe? You know,
I think at first I had started learning Korean just a little bit by myself before coming. So I knew like the whole greetings and like all of this stuff and the politeness of how to be polite here. But I think one thing that was hard to adjust to, especially during my training period, was like during practice having to like ask to go to the bathroom or like having to ask to do this and this and this. Like, I'm an adult, so it's like I should just be able to like, hey, I'm gonna go do this, but I have to ask at that time first. It's different now, but when that happened, I was like, that's I want it felt less independent. There was that one, and then obviously the language barrier was a huge thing. It was really hard for me, and it still is. It's less of a problem now, but me being a person who is very reserved, very shy, and hard to like open up to when I meet new people, it was hard transitioning when you can't speak and, show your emotions and show how you feel. I think I remember with Shreya and Gabby when I first met them and we started rooming together, I wasn't able to talk to them for like a week after getting in there because I was too afraid. I was like, I didn't know what to say. Like they've trained all of this time, so they know what's going on. I'm like, so it was a hard transition there. So yeah, I think the language barrier is a little bit of the hardest part.
going to Korea, if it wasn't the language, was there anything that you were stressed out about? How am I going to do this? But now you're like, oh, wait, why was I worried about that?
It was my most number one thing that I was stressed about before coming in was dance, because I had no training in dance, whether it be like, you know, hip hop or like all of these like modern things that you see all the time. I had no training. And so I'm already, a little bit of an older age, old. But so I was worried that I wouldn't be a good dancer in the group. And now as I've practiced more and I can see more in like details, obviously I'm still working on it. It's not like, oh my gosh, she's amazing, but like I'm less nervous about it now than I was then because I don't like making mistakes. I want to be good from the get-go, but that's not what life is about. You have to practice and work in order to, level up, you know?
Let's appease your brother for a second in asking if you weren't an idol, if you were back in America, you never came to Korea, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
I would be auditioning for Broadways and film and all of this stuff, probably working one or two part-time jobs to be able to live on my own and get all of this stuff. I would definitely, if I wasn't an idol, I'd probably be an actress or a singer in the US. But let's say if I didn't have any entertainment, I think I would be a chef, like a patissier. I would love to open my own bakery. I always loved cooking and baking, so I think I'd do that if I wasn't in entertainment.
Okay. All right. That's always a fallback in the future. If you're like, the idol life is not for me anymore, let me go bake some crepes. I don't know what they make. Yeah,
So
exactly. You know, outside of music in Korea, are there any other things you want to try? Do you want to try acting? Do you want to try MC work? What do you want to do?
I am very open to trying everything. I would love to for sure do more acting later in the future, whether it be in dramas or like dramas in Korea or dramas outside of Korea. I would definitely love to try. I'd have to understand more of the aspect of acting in Korean and getting my Korean fluent, really, really fluent before doing that. But I'd love to do acting. MC work, I don't know if I would be a good MC. I don't know about that. I wouldn't mind trying, but I don't know if I would fit. I don't know if I would do well, but sure. I would also love to do like variety shows, like
Mm.
something that's like a survival variety show, something like that, where you go out in the wilderness and like get your own food and go hiking, whatever, making your own tents, stuff like that, or sports. I think it would be fun.
But sure. I mean, yeah, if you want to go out in those mountains, you want to do sports. I mean, I've definitely seen some survival shows like that. So I think it would do really well. I think people like to see idols who are like, I guess they kind of see them having this like cushy life with hair and makeup and everything. I think they like seeing them struggle. So,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
but
I think saying that, I'd be like, oh, I totally have to go out in the wilderness and do this. But then the actual experience, I'd probably end up crying. But it's the realness of it that I think makes it more entertaining to watch.
oh, for sure. You know, when Black Swan first debuted, there was this whole thing about they're not K-pop. They may sing in Korean, but they're not K-pop. You've blown that away from everybody. Everyone considers you K-pop. There are a lot of like girl groups coming in today more than there were 3 years ago. Like Cat's Eye, XG has gotten really big, and they're singing in English. So, do you think Black Swan will ever do more English songs, or do you want to stick with we are K-pop and you don't want to go back to English to where it's like, oh, maybe they were just trying the K-pop thing?
I don't think it's a bad thing that we have English songs as long as we know our core on where we started and we don't fully stray away from Korean. I think it's fine that we do English songs. It's a nice mixture. Since we are a K-pop group and we know Korean and we sing Korean and we live here and we're based here, it's um it's nice to have a mix of Korean and English in some songs. Maybe some songs will actually be able to do a full song in Korean, and maybe songs will do a full song in English. Or since we're all from different areas in the world, maybe we can mix in some of our own languages in songs. I think that's a nice thing that we can maybe push for in our future music.
Good luck learning even more languages then. Like,
Literally, I need to start learning the basics of Chinese and a
Mm.
little bit of Japanese and some maybe something a mixture of each of our languages that we have, but especially Chinese because we have a lot of Chinese luminas, so should be going back for more schedules. So I need to learn
Yeah,
at least.
yeah, you're the odd one out. They all speak other languages, and it's just you. They speak Korean and English, so
I mean, Fatu Oniyu, she speaks 5 languages. I don't know how she has all of that in her head. And it's barely I know like the basics of Japanese because I studied it in college just a little bit, but I'm not fluent in it. But yeah, I think it's a common thing that you probably should learn just a little bit of each other's languages, especially if you're an international global K-pop group where you'll be traveling to other countries. So it's good to at least know like hello, hi, like hello, thank you, no, like the basics, you know.
I'm fine, thank you. And you? The
Exactly.
basic, that's all you need to know. Speaking of traveling though, you do have your tour coming up soon. That's in June, right? That's when it starts.
Is
I mean, how
so
excited are you for that?
I'm really excited right now, in all honesty and like real. I'm a little stressed and nervous, especially since it's going to be a longer set. But sometimes the stress, it, it's hard to, I'm still learning the balance between being stressed and, just like relaxing. That kind of balance it's hard, so I'm a little nervous right now, but I think once we have our first performance, after that it'll be like, okay, I got this, it'll be fine, and then I'll be less stressed. But I have to get to that first performance because right now I'm off. My brain is literally, it hurts.
I could not imagine having to even go up on stage to do anything. And you've done it before on even like bigger stages and everything too. So I'm sure you'll be fine. But I'm sure that that first performance, trial run, that first city trial run, everyone.
Yes, that would be in Uzbekistan, actually. Our
Oh,
first performance will be in Uzbekistan in about a week. Yeah,
oh
on the
wow.
25th. That'll be our first one. So I gotta remind myself to take breaths. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be
Hmm.
okay.
I'm sure it will. When you're in the U.S., did you will you get to see your family for this tour? And if not, did you get to see them for the last one?
I will get to see my family. I'll get to see everyone except for my oldest brother and his kids and wife, but I'll get to see everyone. My mom and my second oldest brother and his kids will come see us in DC at CaptureCon. And then I'll get to see at least my sister's husband and her kids in Atlanta. And then my mom will come me again in Dallas with some of my aunts and uncles and maybe my dad. So yeah, I'll get to see all of my friends and family. It was fun. They were really excited to come see.
Is your mom like, oh, let me bring all the family to show them my daughter's an idol now, even though I was kind of skeptical in the beginning?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. After getting into like debuting and all this stuff, she's been literally my number one fan. She's like, I told my coworkers this and this, and they would love to like meet you. And like my I have I guess a cousin on my mom's side. He's I think he's like 8 or 9 now, and he's a huge fan of Black Swan. So I got my mom and then my aunt and my mom's basically siblings tickets to the Dallas one. So he'll finally get to meet us. I mean, I don't think it's been a while since I've seen him. Have I met him? I think I have. No, I have. Yeah, it'll be fun.
And then my last couple of questions. If someone didn't get to see you the last time around here in the US, what can they expect on this tour?
Ooh,
Without giving
I'm
too
gonna
much away, obviously.
exactly. I have to word this. Well, there will be new sets. I can't say what they will be, but there will be new sets, and it'll be a long, fun concert, and it'll be more interacting, and um, maybe there'll be some more I don't know what to say. Just know that there'll be new sets. There'll be new sets to look out for between the four of us. So
All
new
right.
sets,
All
feelings, and
right.
songs.
I don't think, I mean, I won't get to see it because there's no Seattle Stomp. But, hopefully in the future, we'll get to that. I will actually be in Korea in October for the first time. I'm
No
coming, yeah,
way.
October 5th through 16th. I literally just booked it today. So I'm so excited to see all these people that I've interviewed and everything in person and hopefully get to see some stages of something going on there. So I hope I
Um,
get to see you in the future.
yeah, when you come, for sure, like send me a message. We should have dinner.
Yeah, for sure. Because I'm going solo, so it's like I'm just figuring it all out when I get there. It
That's what traveling is.
exactly. I'm like I need to brush up on my Korean. I can read it, but do I know what it all means? No. So
That's how I was at the beginning. It's
mhm.
okay.
Yeah, 3 years you're good. I've got 3 months, something like that, but it'll be
I'm
okay.
sure when you have your trip here, you'll get to be immersed in it and learn a little bit more. So don't worry, you got this.
I hope so. In my last question though, what are you looking forward to this year? Obviously the tour, but is there anything, it doesn't have to be work, music related, anything you're looking forward to doing?
It's a hard question. I mean, all my mind is always on work, but I would say one thing I'm looking forward to is trying new things in music in music, like trying maybe a style that I haven't tried before and something that will challenge me, even though I will absolutely hate the process of learning it. I'm really down to trying new things, new styles, maybe new music, and releasing new things. But other than that, I really want to travel more. I hope we can travel a lot more. And I mean, it's already kind of happening. We're going to a lot of different countries. And so hopefully we'll get to travel more and see more Lumina.
To wrap it up, what is your message to fans? You have so many supporters across the world, so many that are going to get to see you finally. So what's your message to them?
Lumina, I love you so much. The girls and I, we love you so much, and we're working really, really, really hard to give you guys an amazing set when you come and see us. And so we're all really, really excited to finally be able to meet you guys in person and have a whole concert for you and see all of your beautiful faces and your smiles and your excitement and your cheers. And just know that we love you till the end. We really, really are so grateful for all of the work that you guys continuously do. And I know lately it's like been really hard, but just know we love you and we appreciate you and we will love you till the end.